We have a problem. First, I need to stop my remote desktop over here. Why did I not hear Ben's Raiders? One moment. Did you guys hear it? Because I didn't. That's not the problem, but it is now a problem. Okay. What? On the cam mic? Oh, hold on. Hello. Let me put the mic on. That'll help that. I don't know why there's no deck talk. Today's not gonna go well. Idiot. You know, there's been enough that's happened this morning. Alright. Hey, that'll sound probably normal, maybe. Yay. What's on the Laserdisc? Well, first off, that is a CED. Second off, it's a destroyed copy of True Grit's final disc. One moment. Why you know sound. Okay, deck talk hardware is on. The input isn't muted. I got no clue. Oh, wait. Oh, well, I know what'll do it. How about I run the office side software.
Deck Talk is now online. End of line.
That helps.
Porgio subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 52 months. And says end of line. Sleepy Developer subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 18 months. End of line.
Jason, thank you for the 100 bits. Portizo, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 52 whole months. Oh my gosh. 48 and 452 months. Oh my gosh. Sleepy, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 18 months there. I appreciate that. Okay. Unboxing today? No, that's tomorrow. There's a whole mail video coming out tomorrow. Okay. Now we can go over stuff. So, PS2 is done. Let's just call it that for right now. So, we need to prepare for the ATI Graphics Ultra that will be delivered now Monday, unfortunately. There is a non-zero chance you guys will never get to see it on stream before a video about it is released, so we'll see. But the thing is that I wanted to make a roughly equivalent, like normal PC.
Tier 1. They've subscribed for 37 months and says 37 months. End of line.
What Waddington, thank you for the tier 1 sub there and for 37 months. I appreciate that. I wanted to make a roughly equivalent standard clone computer to the...
With who do we register our complaints? CHER 100. End of line.
Ben, thank you for the 100 bits. I wanted to make a clone computer roughly equivalent to the PS2. So I grabbed the 386 board that I had set aside for the Silverstone FLP1 build that kind of got swept under the rug, and it has a little problem. It'll help if I turn this camera on. Oh, that's really, really not... Hold on, unless you want to vomit all over here. Record. Where's the frame rate? No off-speed recording. There we go. All right. The issue is as follows. Under there is a 386. That would be a 387. Here's the thing. I wouldn't have cared about the 387, except AutoCAD has kind of become the showpiece program for the 8514. And without a 387, we can't do anything with AutoCAD. Because my understanding is that it won't run without a 387. So, you might think, oh, well, sure, you must have other 386 boards. And I do. So, come with me through the parade of 386 motherboards and how screwed we are. So, first up is a 386 board that was sent to me for repair. We have not yet gotten around to this because there's too many projects. 386 is soldered. 387 is mythical. This is a 387 or 386 board that I don't remember the origin of. Is that the 386? I don't know. It's going to be one of these. But yeah, it's soldered. The 387 is invisible. It's not there. Also, holy moly, this one, we might want to bump this one up a little bit or send it off to sea. I'm not sure which. So that one's a no-go. Even this, which is the kind of the best 386 board I've got, but also not, look, it's got 2 Intel chips, but that one's a 385. So that one makes it worse at math, not better. The 387 goes up there. So also this is the one that desperately needs to be reflowed.
End of line.
So the other problem with this one is that like all the pins are broken. It has to be completely resoldered from scratch. The 386 is on the chip left of the FPU socket. Hold on. You're saying one of these had one? Oh, wait. You're saying the 386. Yeah, it's this. The little one there. That's it. It's, you know what? You can almost read it. Just take my word for it. They burnt it with the laser. So here's the issue. We got all these 386 boards, and not a single one of them has a 387. But I hear you say, didn't you get a 387 to go with the PS2? I sure did, and it would even fit in this socket. But you know what else is in this? A 33 megahertz 386. The other CPU is 16 megahertz, and the 387 is 25 megahertz. So, yeah, go at the portable. I know, but I really don't want to. So there is one other option, technically. Wesley gave me a 386 portable computer, and we recapped the power supply a while ago. I don't know if it has a 387 or not.
Ben Woodard subscribed with Prime. They've subscribed for 21 months, currently on a 1-month streak. End of line.
Ben Bad Dog, thank you for the Prime sub there, and for 21 mathing 21 months there. I appreciate that. Just move the crystal oscillator to make it run at 25 megahertz. No, I don't really want to desolder on the PS2 board. You don't know either? Okay. So, option like F at this point is crack open the 386 portable and see what it's got. We can't use the 386 portable for the record, because the whole point is to use a video card that can output 1024 by 768, and the 386 portable has a dumb VGA CRT installed. So we would have to pull the whole motherboard out and run it separately, which defeats the entire purpose of the portable 386. So yeah, it's not a multi-sync monitor in that. We cannot run something like the ATI Graphics Ultra or the Stealth Diamond 24. So, yeah, I'd put money on no. Yeah, that's kind of my feeling, and part of why I didn't really want to mess with it, because I don't remember how easy it is to even see the the CPU in that, because everything is blocked. I don't have any other 386 systems, at least not that I remember. So, also, Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. I don't think I said that. Fallback, just use a 46 instead. Well, that's the thing. This is the fallback. A 46 motherboard. And the crazy thing about this one is, holy moly, the manual for how to configure it. I bet you can't guess where it came from. Hold on. So, under power supply, which edge is connected, you should be able to see with a flashlight. All right. So we could go 46. I'm not really crazy about that. Ooh, you know what I also am not really crazy about? The fact that that battery is still on there. One moment. Side quest. The fact that it has a manual is a plus. It's not just a plus. Also, I forgot to turn off the remote desktop. It's mandatory. Unless we are unbelievably lucky and the retro web has it documented, because the thing about 46 boards is they'll have a bunch of jumpers around the CPU that you need to configure what kind of CPU you actually have installed in there. And without that, you can't use it. Okay. All right, disaster averted. You got the same 46 motherboard family computer as a kid? It seems pretty nice, actually, so that would be cool. Yeah, disaster very, very, very narrowly averted there. It just started to go rogue. Does that board have a part number? That. It's a VESA Actually, I love this. Vesa green mainboard, but it's yellow.
ZX subscribed with Prime. They've subscribed for 35 months. End of line.
DZAC, thank you for the Prime sub there and for 35 months. I appreciate that. Gonna add a battery holder someday, not now. The most important thing is that the battery stops getting, or it stops murdering itself. Anyway, this is a socket 3 system, so we can put a 46 in there. Is it green energy savings? No. No. They didn't care about that at this point. Oh, wait, they did. Huh. Never mind. Also, why is this just loose? Is this, oh, an amendment. Cool, they got the jumpers wrong. That's fantastic. So we can go this route. I didn't know that I had 0 387s in the office until 5 minutes before stream started. So that's why I'm a little thrown off here. I thought, haha, I'll just grab one of the 386s. Surely someone will have bought a 387. Also, I did look through every single one of my socket 386 whatever things. There's no 387s in there. So, a jumper rat is the most terrifying thing I can think of. I know, right?
Oracoon says CHEER 100T. Here's nothing like NiCat juices to really eat your boards. My 3020 would say hello, but that battery damage has knackered the audio circuits. End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. All right. Let's grab the portable 386. Let's find out. The other problem is I have one socketed 386 and it's this one. So if it's not like a 33 megahertz 387 in that, I don't know. Let me grab it. I'll be right back. Ugh. I'm gonna guess it doesn't have one though. That just feels like the most likely thing. Not from a pessimistic standpoint, just from a why would it? I am actually curious what video card it's gonna have though. Because I have not yet found an S3 86C911 card in my collection, and that would be really nice for the video. And a plain old simple VGA computer could definitely have one. All right. Come here. All right. Yeah. Poll is probably 50-50, yeah. None within 100 miles. No, it's really not going to be. Actually, that's not necessarily true. One moment. Hold on. One moment. Why am I getting a phone call? No, I'm not answering that right now. Like right as I pulled out my phone. Hold on. Craig's list.
Oracoon says CHEER 100. I blame the CX. End of line.
I'm not actually sure TCX has my phone number. Okay, one moment. Well, I got a voicemail. Said it was from Arizona, which is weird. Smartphones can make phone calls? I mean, I know they can receive them. All right. Ooh, it's not looking good. Hold on. I actually took pictures of the motherboard? Crazy. Not seeing... I can't tell. Do I send a minion out? I kind of don't want to spend this money. Didn't save when you gave it to me for that one deal? Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't remember that. Okay, it was 5 seconds. Hold on. Let's have it download it and transcribe it in the background. Let's find out what that voicemail was. Hold on. There is a non-zero chance.
Walker, Texas Dangler subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 41 months and says MST3 thanks. End of line.
I think I see the empty socket. Eric Dziak, I'm going to give you the Craigslist query so you can look at it. See if you can see one. If you look that up on Craigslist, you'll find the thing. But yeah, I don't think it has one. I don't know, the thing didn't like transcribe the voicemail. I'm gonna guess that based on the fact that it was a 5-second voicemail and it didn't transcribe anything, that it was a scam. Okay. Trying to reach you about your van's extended warranty? Ooh, bring it on. One of us is going to get scammed by that, and it ain't going to be me. All right, let's find out if computer has 387. Okay. Don't think it. Yeah, I think I can see it in... I think I can barely see the socket in one of the low resolution photos. I think it's the one where you can see the hard drive and that it's underneath. See an empty that looks like the PS2? Yeah, that's my thought too. I think it has a soldered one. Yeah. Which is a shame because I've been looking for a reason to buy that thing. But they're both asking a lot and really not asking that much. Like, I can't believe it hasn't sold yet. All right, here. Portable 386, look at it, it's incredible. I do love this thing. Yeah, that's the problem. Except it's not really complete, but it's really nice. And the parts that it comes with are very correct. Like, it's turnkey, it's ready. Okay, trying to remember how to crack this open. I think you just kind of yoink on it. Maybe. I do love this thing. It is incredible.
NEODRAGON 90SIZHEER 100. We would like to reach out to you about your PS2 apostrophe S extended warranty. End of line.
I wonder if there are any that are still under warranty. First off here, Walker, Texas Dangler, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 41 months. That's so many months. 41 months. I appreciate that. And Neo Dragon, thank you for the 100 bits. Portable 46 in the same case. So I actually found, and I tagged Wesley about it in S channel. I found an ad for this. So that was pretty cool. I'm trying to remember how to... Power switch rocks as the cover slips by. Forget which one the power switch is, isn't it? Yeah, there it is. I think you just pull on the top. It's just one of those things where I'm going to break the plastic, but no, it really doesn't feel like it wants to. Wait a minute. I'm wrong. No. I think you undo some screws and then the whole shell slides off the back. Yeah. Something you've written about. The name of it is also a financial term. Yeah, now I'm remembering why this is such a pain, because this is the cable for the video card, and it, like, always gets caught on this. So you gotta be real careful here. Okay, I'm gonna unplug it. You're looking at the same thing? Okay. It's nice, isn't it? I kind of want it, but also I shouldn't. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Like, really ultra super obvious nope. Drat. like just wham, right in the face. No. No. So, that was fun. Although, why are there, like, multiple sockets in here? Hold on. That's confusing. What? Oh, okay. So, the CPU is down there soldered to the board. You can upgrade the CPU by putting a new one here. That is the 387 copro socket. Okay. Wild. No, it's not a coprocessor. It's just reprocessor. I don't know. Okay. I do want to pop, while we're in this fart, I want to pop, excuse me, power supply off and see who the VJ controller manufacturer and model chip is. Actually, I don't think I do anything with that. Do I just rip on it? I don't remember. Yeah, I just rip on it. Okay.
CHER 100
Such a weird
vampire
system.
processor. End of line.
Yeah. Here, I can give you not really a better shot here. So under this section right here, there is a 386 soldered to the motherboard. And you can see here, the socket is also labeled 386DX. This is 387. So you can upgrade the CPU from the one that's soldered on the motherboard. All right, let's find out what the video controller is. It says Trident, and it's just TVGA. Okay. I was hoping it was 86C911, but oh well. Not that it matters, but it would have been cool for video purposes. Okay, actually, I'm not going to plug video in. I think that's everything. There's nothing else to glean here. So let's just put it back together. I don't think Dziak wants it. The only reason Dziak would be getting it is because I requested it and he's closer. By the way, this power supply is already documented on Caps Wiki, so there's nothing more that needs to be done in here. Accurate statement. Yeah, it's that's not going to be a draw for DZAC.
You have my explicit permission to try the blue lightning in these boards.
Oh no! But Lucky Bob, first, thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate that. I have 46s. I could do that. That's not the problem. The problem is I was trying to make something that was roughly equivalent to the PS2, so the performance comparisons would be the same. That's why I was trying to do this. Because here's the other thing. Here's a turnkey 46 board, just ready to go. You know, just add RAM. So that's, yeah, I could make it work. I was just really hoping to find where'd the case go? Hoping to find a 386. I think it could go either way. Yeah, I think it's mirrored. But it has not been mirrored because this side's all messed up and the other side is not. There's no feet though or anything. Can't take 387 out of the PS2? No, because it's way slower than all of the other... It's way slower than the only other 386 motherboard I've got. And I don't really want to take crystals out and try and swap them around to change the speed of the other motherboards or whatever. I don't exactly know how that works in 3D6s, and I'm not feeling particularly spicy to try and figure it out. Did this go here? Did I just screw this up? Yeah, the hard drive geometry label goes up there, but what I'm saying is there are two pieces of plastic. This piece here and this piece here are identical, and then these two pieces on the sides are identical. So this can flip either way because there's no feet on the case part of the bottom. They're on the front bezel. That screw does not want to go in there. We're on the same performance, favor and parallelism. First, start by drilling random holes in the board to make it slightly incompatible. Okay. I am going to go put this back so it is out of harm's way. And then we'll figure out what we're going to do. Really, this is my secret trick so I can sneak away to blow my nose. Will the blue lightning even work in a non-PS2? Doesn't it have like weird stuff that hooks into like the system to trick it into running at faster speeds or something? That sounds really wild to try and do that. Yeah, so this is the only board. Other 387s, Sherva White Tag. Yeah, it's... I don't know. Maybe we just go 46. Because, yeah. Let me see what speeds the 46s I have are. It's not a secret if you don't mute the microphone. Well, when the microphone gets a hardware update that adds a mute switch to it, I'll do that. But until then, it ain't happening. Most of them seem to be in China. Yay. All right. You know what? We'll do one last look through this just to double check that there are no 387s, because there are some weird things in here and it makes it slightly confusing. Okay. So we've got 46 Cyrix, 46 DX2, unknown because it has stupid, DZAC. That is super not gonna happen. Yeah, that's like ultra not happening. I have no idea what this is or if I can... Oh, I can actually remove that. Okay, so we got just 46 DX2. Okay. This is the best heatsink I've ever seen. It's got this nice little frame on it, and it doesn't make it impossible to remove like some of the other ones we're going to see here. This is nice. I like this one. That's the best thought out 46 heatsink I've ever seen. Yeah, Joey, I think that's what it has to be. Another DX2. Do the DX2s have CoPro built in? Because I don't remember. Because that might be a problem. Okay. The only...
100, I used so many of those heatsinks. End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. The only 3 series discrete chip I've got, and it is an 86. It's basically the same as this, but hey, look at that. They're, I guess they are the same socket, probably. They're like exactly the same chip. They are quite literally the exact same chip, just different production code. So that gets me nothing new. SX, no FPU, DX with FPU. Okay, that's what I thought. So even a 2DX. So a 2DX that's slow might actually be okay. So this is a 66. This is also a 66. The Cyrix is going to be as hot rod as possible, so... This is something we'll probably never, ever know what is again, since it's so stupid. The fan is just glued. The heatsink, I think, is epoxied. So, yeah, I'm never, ever going to know what this is, so I can't... It's not possible to use, because you can't... I would have to pry the heatsink off, and I would probably destroy it in the process, at least as far as I'm aware. So, unless there's a chip tester for 46s, whereas you don't put any of these in the empty drawers behind you. What are you talking about? Okay, this one also has a heatsink. It's also glued on, but it's giant, so it's not gonna work. It's a 46 or something. 89, 92. I can pry it out with a fingernail. Nope, I cannot. Then I can't figure out what it is. 46, plug it in, find out what it is. Aren't there different voltages for the chips, though? Isn't that risky? Set the wrong clock speed, something like that. This one's a Windows processor. Nothing else special about that one. And then lastly, okay, I have no idea what this is. What is
Blair's
that?
Fire subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 15 months and says, ooh, 15 months. What wacky thing can I get the deck talk to say us pollen epipecus cookies? End of line.
Evergreen, is this Pentium Overdrive? Ooh, hello. Hold on, I'm selling all my computer junk. Bottom, 96, made in USA, Rev 1. Well, if you can DZAC them to half that. $46, 5-volt 386 DLC. That ain't fitting in that socket, that's for sure. Flare Spire, it is not easy for me to get it to replay. I will attempt one thing to get it to replay it, but I don't know that I can.
Tech Talk is now online. End of line. Flare Spire subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 15 months and says, ooh, 15 months. What wacky thing can I get the Tech Talk to say us pollen epipecus cookies? End of line.
It doesn't work well because it needs punctuation and white space. So, but thank you, Flare Spire, for the 50 months of tier 1 sub there. All right. 46. So we have this. I don't like the PCI. It's socket 3. But it already has a CPU installed, which usually means that it's pre-configured for the CPU. And the thing is that this CPU has the cooler glued to it again. And if I ever remove this CPU from this motherboard, then the CPU becomes unusable because I can't tell what it is and I can't figure out how to reconfigure the motherboard for it. So I'm inclined to leave that in there. What on earth is this? Is this one of the weirdo memory upgrade slots? So strange. Does this have PCI and VLB on one board? What a weird motherboard. Anyway, cache slot. Of course, it's missing cache. That would have really helped for what Dziak found. Yeah, I think we fire this up.
100 meg is a cache on a stick slot. End of line.
Oh, does it need that? Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits, by the way. So normally, I think there would be cache soldered to the motherboard here. So I don't think there's any other cache on here. So is it just what it can work without, only slower? I like the idea of slower. All right, well, we'll give it a shot. Solder plates for the cache is for the fake cache chips that don't do anything. I am not aware of that, but okay. All right, well, let's pop this in and see what we can do. Just for the record, the normal motherboard that goes in this is a socket 7 board, so this is a downgrade. Intentionally. Oh my gosh, I'll be right back. This is so annoying. Okay. Cap. Now again, we could try and set this one up, but like if this one's already configured, again, I don't want to unconfigure it, so we'll just leave it be. All right. We need some RAM. This is 72 pin sim, so we already know where that is because it's still right behind us. An FX 5200 would be ultra crazy, ridiculous, super overkill. A PCI model, yes, would work, but it would be crazy. All right, so we got plastic standoffs all over. I think I can make that work, actually. No, I'm going to have to pull out some of these. Hold on. So my test bench, for those of you who are not aware, okay, test bench, one of the best things I ever built. I have these sliding mounts. So this one's fixed, this slides, and that allows me to accommodate different sized motherboards on here. And then I will mount the motherboard to the two fixed points in the back, adjust these, screw it into there. This is, let's say, insulated, and then we can fire it up. We'll connect the built-in AT power supply. I can connect floppy drives. One of them is a GoTech down here. There's a built-in switcher to be able to pick which one. We have an optical drive if it supports that. This doesn't support anything, so we're going to be pulling out a peripheral controller, but yeah. So let's get this installed, and then we'll see how it performs. Being a ultra slow 486, this might be as close as I'm going to get. Hopefully it's a DX, because if it's an SX, we're boned, and we're building up that other board with a DX2. All right. I feel like there was something I was supposed to look at a moment ago. Let me look at my phone. Did I just miss another phone call? No, that was 30 minutes ago. Okay, that's correct. All right. So I'm going to pop these out. I'm going to put them in my parts sorter where I keep these standoff things. I'm extra annoyed because I set up some fun stuff for today too that we're not going to get to now. We might be able to get to it this weekend, but I don't know. This is not going how I thought it would. Philip, I think I saw you here. Hold on. I don't see you chatting. Philip, are you here? Just out of curiosity. As I have a fun thing if you are. So yeah, there's no cache chips based on how modern the board is, probably at least DX2. You're here? Okay. So I don't know if you had a chance to watch the mail video yet, but this is a capacitor that I was sent in the mail video. I don't think there is any electrolyte left in it at all. I think it is completely dry. I have never seen that before. Reform it? No. It's not a capacitor, it's a maraca. Yeah. This is kind of interesting. I've never experienced that. It's a capacitor shaped rattle, so I pour some Brondo. Actually, though, pickle juice. I am kind of tempted to try pickle juice. Pickle juice is good enough that I have done electroplating with it. Okay, those are the only ones I need to, well, the only one I need to remove. Didn't the baked one have nothing left? I don't think we've encountered one before that would just rattle, though. Like, that's a whole other thing. Oh, I'm going to have to remove this one. This is non-negotiable. Also difficult. You pop it open and see it's not just 3,000 UFC Rubicon inside. I think pickle juice needs to happen for short. Yeah, but the main channel doesn't get short. It's only the game channel. And right now the game channel just needs to get any video at all. I have some to edit, but I keep picking stupid giant monster videos for the main channel and I don't have any free time. And I've just been settling on ultra easy brain dead games to play instead because I don't have any think juice left after thinking about PS2s and 8514s and stuff. Ow! Be real cool if it wasn't the ultra stabby bits of the motherboard you gotta rest your hand up against to pull this stuff out. It did actually draw blood, just barely. Try pickle juice instead of think juice. Just plays Big Blue Atari Arcade PS2 capacitor with the same condition. Wow. Yeah, I don't think I've encountered that before, so that's kind of interesting. Okay. So all screw spots are now aligned. This is one of those weird boards. So this has a dual screw position for the rear. You can't see it. So for the rear screw, it's two holes that are elongated next to each other, and it'll end up going in the middle. It's really strange. Brand new foreigners that made a sloshing sound? That's kind of awesome. Okay. Get this out of here. I think I gotta use the hand-threaded screws for this. Maybe Matrix, that's interesting. I'm really glad to have an example of it, because I've never seen that before. So, not traditionally useful, but still useful as demonstration. They're doing so much work on the roof today. It is very loud up there. Oh my gosh, if I get this threaded in, I'm never getting it out. I'm not pushing this down tight. I'm just going to leave that loose. Measures completely open circuit. Okay, well now I'm curious. Get them to install a pole-mounted Wi-Fi dish for reasons, yeah. Any reason to bother for just a test? What are you talking about? Well, for one, there's a whole bunch of metal underneath the board, and I don't want this loose and flapping around, so I'm going to screw it down so that I know where it is. There we go. So that's now secure. This side, not as much. I'm going to just briefly look and see if I have more of those. I'm going to go blow up my nose first because it's just so irritating. You know what's funny? I actually have a way I could mute this now. I will improve that tomorrow. There will be a mute. Mark my words. There will be a mute tomorrow. All right. Now I got to find... I have more of these, and they're really nice, and they're especially useful for up here, so I just want to figure out where they are. Ow! Don't knee a computer case, it hurts. By the way, if this doesn't work, we're YOLOing to this, which is fantastic. I love this thing. It is such a period piece. Oh my gosh, it's incredible. Panasonic Creative Drive connected to a Sound Blaster 16 turbo speed indicator, OG pre-MMX Pentium. This thing rocks, but it's faster than I want. But this is my we're done. We're just making it work solution. So I don't want to use this. Have one of those towers in the box? That's awesome. I thought I had these screws in an Altoids tin. Now I'm concerned I have no idea where they are. Cool. I got one more idea where to look. For some reason, I think I left them in my 3D printer parts bin. And for some reason, I was right. Who needs an ANET A8 credit card slot? I don't know. Okay. By the way, there's a really good reason I don't want to use this today. Gonna want to replace that first. Here's the case. That was what I need by accident. I wonder if I tore a hole in the pants. Nope. Okay. Okay. PSU is fine. Ooh, that's a bold statement. I'm just gonna, you know what, let's just, there we go. Problem solved. Okay, let's get this thing hooked up. So we're gonna go for minimum viable usable machine. So, the rule, as always, this is for an AC to DC power supply, and how would AC DC the band tell us to connect these? You plug them in, black to black. All right. We need some RAM. I found some RAM. I don't know. How about this says 8 megabyte. That's an amount of RAM. Let's go with that. Sim 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we'll go here. Boom. If 6 megabytes is good enough for a PS2, then 8 megabytes should be good enough for this thing. We do not need RAM. It'll test a beep, beep, beep. I mean, we need to know what CPU this is, though. I didn't know I had a VLB motherboard. I'm extra curious about this now. I'm gonna guess this RAM stick doesn't work. But we'll find out. Okay. I'm gonna pilfer everything except for the sound card from the little tiny baby 386. So video, boom, and CH375, no, we can leave that. Peripheral controller. By the way, you guys want to see something crazy? Like actually mind-blowing? Like holy moly, I didn't know that that could exist. Okay, here's your bog standard Windbond floppy controller kind of thing, okay? How do these jumpers work? No one knows, because they're all different, and every time you have no idea. Behold the miracle that is getting it in the box with the manual. That's right. The word book.
100 don't add the I/O card with the board with onboard I/O. End of line.
Boom. That word book, what Don told you how to do the thing. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. So, yeah, we can use that one later. For right now, we're not going to bother. Look at it. It's just, it's incredible. Boom. Mind blown. I know, right? That's the only one I've ever seen in the box. None of them ever have any documentation, and they're impossible to use without it. We don't know either, yeah. That needs scanning. It's not on the retro web. I'll set it aside. That's for the Silverstone. So that literally no one who watches a video about it who would understand what a reverse sleeper build is will understand, because it's too weird. Let's go ahead and not plug any of that kind of stuff in here, because Chloe was right. This does have onboard peripherals. I was just kind of going through the stuff, and I had that. That's one of the reasons why I wanted the 386 board, but whatever. It's fine. I'll live. Okay. We also have, off to the side here, a network card. We're not touching that. A Sound Blaster 16 PNP. We're not touching that. I actually have, I don't remember, is this the card? This might be the card that goes with it. I don't know. That other desktop down there, the Pentium, has an actual, honest-to-goodness SB16 in it. I'm so excited. And then the old normal serial port thing. The point of adding that for the FLP video is USB didn't exist, so this is what we had. All right. I think that's it. I can plug the fan into something, I guess. I think I have a loose cable around here somewhere for that kind of stuff. I guess there's no reason not to plug in the floppy in IDE. All right, there it is. That one will work better. SB16 PNP sticks a Gus PNP into Shelby's boards. Yeah, I don't have any Gus's. No. That would be cool, but nah. I don't think any of those will ever be in budget. All right, this is the only Gotek I own that has a display connected, and it's just a loose board that sits there because, you know, who wants to do like nice stuff? So here we go. All right, I think we are ready to connect this. So I'm just gonna connect it to the CRT. Like we could do video capture or whatever, but I'm not set up for that right now. By the way, this is one of my best ideas ever. This is an Altoids tin with an adhesive magnet, so it just sticks. So that's why it doesn't fall off. I need an AT keyboard. I didn't think about that until just now. Power is off. Okay. Applying power. This is a brand new China AT power supply, so it's okay. All right. The quest to find an AT power supply begins. By power supply, I mean keyboard. I may have a PS2 to AT adapter down here. Also find those to be kind of unreliable, though. Yeah. You know what? Let's just give it a shot. No, that's the opposite. That's the other problem. So these are way more common. Or wait, no. This is the other one. I found it. I'm an idiot. Never mind. Ignore me. No one look at me. That's it. All right, I see a Model M over there. Hey, guess what's already plugged into the Model M? All right, this is the rare AT Model M. Where's key AT? It's directly underneath, but no, we aren't touching that. Okay. All right, so monitor. By the way, I think I broke the stand putting it in that position, and I'm really sad about it. And by I think I broke the stand, I mean this fell out of it. And now it won't go straight anymore. So, I don't think there's anything else left here. So, let's turn it on. I trust this computer. Okay, it did not explode. All right, F1, run setup utility, delete, F1. Man, that CRT just makes all kinds of horrifying sounds. All right, oh, it's one of these. Cool. How do I see what the CPU is? Chipset. I hate this fan, by the way. It's incredibly loud. I never knew whether I loved or hated the CMOS program. Yeah. Let it post and tell you. I mean, I guess we could try.
Laura Coons has CHEER.
Oh my gosh, poor CRT.
Get the actor BIOS status screen. End of line.
CMOS options not set. Hold on. Dude, it hates this video card. Oh my gosh. Escape, save and exit. I can hear it changing modes. AM 586. Oh, great. It's weird. That's not what I wanted. Does that mean it has cache built in too? No, the buzz is the fan for the CPU. I know it's a really fast 486, and that's not what I wanted. That's the problem. Ugh. All right. Well, you know what? Screw it. You know what? Actually, no. Hold on. We're gonna try a thing. I want to know. I can't remember how many of these I have. I feel like I had a viewer send me one, but I don't think it ended up in the same organizational area as all of my other parts, and I don't know where it is. But VLB VGA card. You guys want to try this? Because I very much do. So we're putting this back in at some point, because I'll need that. But I want to see the VLB card in action. I have never seen one fired up. Should be yours for the PS2 experience. Nothing here is good, so Lord, that's not what I'm trying for. This is a T-GUI 9440. I wonder, T-GUI, does that mean 95 Trident Microsystems? Yeah, there's no way this doesn't do 8514 emulation. All right, here we go. Look at it. It's, holy moly. It's definitely not a ZIF socket. Good grief. How? Oh my gosh. Okay, so one of the things about the PS2 that it crows about is that the insertion force of the cards is really light. And they're like, oh, yay, it's easy to put cards in. And I was before like, whatever, nerds, who cares? Just plug it in. I feel like I'm gonna break it on this one. Push to hear a crack? Yeah, that's the thing. I plugged that in by squishing the other side of the socket until my fingers looked like the socket. Ow. But there we go. VLB card. Let's see what happens. I feel like I don't even need the support screw because that ain't going nowhere. This just became the most securely mounted part of the whole computer. This is normal for VLB. I'm not surprised. It's a big card. Notoriously difficult to install and remove. Sheer mechanical force starts with the card and the motherboard. Breakage is not uncommon. Sweet. First VLB card? Yes, that is the first time I have ever installed a VLB card. Now let's see if it works. Yeah! Oh, that looked really, really cool, too. Actually, that looked pretty darn sweet. Hold on. Oh my gosh. It's got a Mega RAM, 32-bit bus. Dude! Digital Ice Age. Upgrade to 2 meg? No! 1 meg's perfect! I'm sending you a photo of the chip, Digital Ice Age. Can you tell me if this has, like, any kind of, like, known Windows acceleration capability or is likely to emulate the 8514, kind of like the ATI does? Because I can't research that right now. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have it auto-detect the DOS install on this card. And then we're going to see if we can just directly image the PS2's video or the PS2's image onto that card and then just try all the software that was on there. It is a GUI accelerator, but not 8514. Okay. All right, so let's try and configure this. Yeah, GUI accelerated means 8514 for the record. That's what it means. Hit delete if I want setup, but I want setup, no! I love that splash screen more than life. It's so cool. Yeah, I mean, the whole point of VLB is that it's like, the VLB is what VESA came up with to combat MCA. And then Intel was like, no. So, all right, so we got the hard drive connected. We'll do that. So let's set floppy B is a 1.2 meg. Floppy A is correct. We'll leave those. Time, you don't really want to know the time. VLB is MCA connector. Is it really? That's hilarious. I did not realize that. Advanced, we're not touching any of that. Okay, is it escape, save changes, and exit? None of it works due to signal integrity. All right, this should in theory boot, so we'll see. It will probably be a very cranky Windows 98 install. Or maybe DOS, I don't know. We'll find out. Isn't eISA something different to ISA? Only vary.
Loracoo says issue with VLB is it's tied to clock speed 25 mHz, can handle 3 cards 33 to 40 mHz, technically 1. More cards on faster bus gets wonky CHER 100.
Oh.
End of line.
So this is going to work real well then, you're saying. Oh my gosh, Helen Croft, I did not know that. That's amazing. My package is now with its carrier. Oh man, they took their sweet time doing that. You guys want to find out real quick, like total side quest, if I wasted money or not? I don't think it's gonna work, by the way. Here, we got one other option. Why was it yellow? I'm gonna put this in there and we'll see what that does. Always. Because I think I didn't waste money, but there's a distinct possibility that I did. Disk I/O error, you know what? That might be because it's a different capacity. So let me try having that auto detect again. Here's the problem is that I don't know where the thing is. I've shown it in a video, so it's not a surprise that I own it, but it's a PC convertible. And I gotta find it. Shift tab doesn't work, by the way. It's very annoying. Okay, sure, that's fine, whatever. I don't care. Save and exit. Okay. Money is not wasted if you have fun. Ah, yes, but it is wasted if you already have the thing that you just bought on eBay for $100. The good news is that I'm pretty sure no matter what, there's a thing included that high performance 3-in-1 integrated graphical user accelerated DRM based TGUI 9440 includes 100 megahertz clock, RAM DAX, high quality live video playback at no extra cost. Huh. VESA advanced features. Okay. Offers additional features including green PC, power modes, on-chip signature analysis for high volume testing variants, high bus connections, adherence to VESA DDC. Interesting. Okay. Huh. Yeah, I think this is not particularly happy with anything that's happening here. So yeah. 8 gigabyte? Well, good news. It's not 8 gigabyte. It's 32 gigabytes. All right, I'm going to go look for my PC convertible really quick. Because it would be cool to know if I wasted money or not. So give me one moment. This should not take too long.
Skylegimet says HMMCHEER 100. End of line. Matt Jenko Tech says CHEER 100.2 is starting to sound like the Texas Chancellor now. End of line.
Oh, man, I really had to dark crystal. You got me there for a second. I think it's buried. But who would do such a thing? Is it back here? I see a Percom 8-inch drive. That's an IBM Executive Model B. No, it's not there. I don't know where it is. And that's annoying. I feel like I'm within 3 feet of it right now, but I don't know where it is. That's very frustrating. All right, I'll look for it more off camera. Ben, thank you for the 100 bits, by the way. And Majenko, thank you for the 100 bits. I bought a CRT adapter so that I could do video capture of it. But I don't remember if it came with one or not. However, I got it in a carry case, and I'm guessing the carry case doesn't allow it to have an expansion module on the back, so probably not. But the crazy thing, it came with a cable for remote mounting the modules. And that, I'm pretty sure, no matter what, is unique.
100 last time I was within 3 feet of something, I tripped over one with the other two and face planted. End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. Oh well, I'll try and find it off camera. All right. Trying to think of what I want to do in what order here. Let me go grab the memory card out of the PS2. Oof, I stepped on a thing. Wait, is it under here? This seems very familiar. What? Over here? No. Okay, I got no clue. I'll find it someday, eventually, maybe, hopefully. Shouldn't be in storage. But I don't know if it works. Anyway, so this. find a slower CPU. Yeah, well, here's the thing. I am not 100% sure if this is working at all. So we'll figure this out as we go along. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to image the compact flash card that's the 128 megabyte drive from the PS2. And then we're going to write it to the test bench SD card, and we'll see if it will boot with that. All right, 8514. We'll just go ahead and do a new fresh.
100 : Sir, whatever will be, will be. End of line.
Laomo, thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate that. All right, maybe you try to sneak up on it. Yeah, it's file under P for PC. Oh, I wish I was that organized. Fdisk -L. What do you bet that I've actually added myself to the disk group? Darn. Also, I swear that doesn't work. Hold on. Groups. Nope, I just haven't done it. Okay. Sudo fdisk. Sorry. Okay. SDA. That's always really weird when SDA is the removable drive, but sure, fine. Okay, DD rescue that to ps2 good.img map file. All right, can't open input file. Oh yeah, sudo. All right, sudo thing. Okay. Well, it's going. Do you guys want to see a side quest I have for this weekend? All right. This is my 3DS, and I want to custom on it, and that would let me do more interesting things with it. But I'm not exactly sure how I want to do that. So you can go to 3ds.net, and then you can follow the directions for how to install the custom on it, and then it can run homebrew. Yeah, video capture is my primary objective. It should be fairly easy. I've always read it's very easy, but I haven't tried it yet. So what I'm thinking is if we have something that's going to take a really long time during today's projects, we can work on that. There we go, power off. It's a pain in the butt to turn these off. Yeah, see, it's trivial. So supposedly you just go to, which looks like this, and then you can just do it, and it works really well, but I don't know, I haven't tried it, so I think we'll give that a shot, and then, hold on, something broke. There we go. So I think we'll do that, but when I think we're gonna do a fresh install of DOS, so I'm thinking we might do that during that point. Anyway, that finished ripping, or imaging, so we don't have to unmount it. By the way, that was all the fun stuff that I set up this morning. And I spent a bunch of time doing that, only to find out, oh, You don't even have a 387. You're not gonna have a downtime to work on that. Tone is loud. I tried really hard to make it quieter. I think it's a good balance, but it's close. It's a walk in the park, really easy. I know, I keep reading that. We'll find out. So that's why the main job was failed. Yeah, well, I don't have a 3D7. Okay, we need another image. TB, SD. Okay, so F disk dash L. Now this is C. Okay, so TB, SD. Okay, we're gonna image this. It's 30% Paul Guy already. Yeah, Nakalaka, I genuinely do not care about stuff like that. There is no world in which I'm going to play non-3DS games on my 3DS. Well, that's not true. I will play regular DS games on it. Is it going through compressor? I don't know. It just, I'm not going to sweat it right now. I can just lower the volume meters in OBS. By the way, actually, I'll just go lower the volume meters in OBS. Here, I will fully lower the volume meter. Okay, so that's half volume now. All right. Ugh. So is this an acceptable level now?
Subscribe with Prime. They've subscribed for 11 months. And says I don't know what's worse dash that I needed to update Firefox to be able to resubscribe, or that the sensor beep is still obnoxiously loud. End of line.
I was in the middle of fixing it. The way that it's set up, I can't adjust it unless it's making sound. So here's the other thing, okay? The way that it's set up, I have a 1 second beep and a 10 second beep. And the idea was that I could go on like a tirade with that going. But I realized when I was trying to blow my nose, because it mutes it, I could just click that. And so I went ahead and just actually fully muted the 10-second one. And now I can go blow my nose and you guys won't hear. The only problem is that I don't 100% know when it unmutes, because I hear the beep and that's how I'm knowing when to start talking again. All right, that finished imaging. All right, so now we write this to the SD card. DD IF equals PS2 good, OF equals dev SDC. 1004 hertz would be more apt. The PS2 is exactly. Just get a 10-second nose blowing sample. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. Also, yeah, welcome to digital lens cloth, because that's now a thing I've got on tap. Oh, to just break my command. It's so annoying that Dolphin does that. It should detect that you have an unsent command. Sudo dd if equal ps2 good, of equal dev sdc, bs equal dzac, no, 8m status equal progress, and go. Okay. Wow, that was fast. All right, so here's everything we need to test 8514 support on video cards. BS equal beep, yeah. False errors in T1 channels 1004, just frequency enough for capture. Oh, interesting. Your bro says he doesn't think he has a 387. We'll double check when he gets home. Oh my gosh. Thanks for reaching out. It's pretty sad that I'm gonna guess those are like at most $15 on eBay, and that would be the thing that would push me to be interested in the computer. All right, anyway, this is looking good. So let's eject this and go try and boot that. I wonder what the BIOS will think with a poorly partitioned drive. All right, so SD card installed, computer on, monitor on. I'm gonna make you all jealous. Well, I'm gonna make maybe like 2 people jealous, I don't know. Missing operating system. Dirty, oh wait, I know why, hold on. I gotta go into the menu and tell it to rescan the drive. Okay. Check out my 3DS and despair in that I hunted down a dual IPS display. I did this legit back in the day myself. No overpaying on eBay. I actually use 3D for real, and it's awesome. The IPS 3D panel was clearly the one that this thing was intended to have. It's so good. I went to 9 different stores. I managed to con 7 of them into letting me open all of their boxes for Galaxy Edition. Specifically this one. I only wanted this. And for those of you who don't know, this is a new 3DS. That is a designation, kind of like a Super Nintendo, okay? It means that it is a later revision that is slightly more powerful, all right? And I think there is all of like 3 games that support that enhanced power, because it came out too late in the lifespan and no one cared. But Nintendo had to release a new model. So they created an all-new hardware revision. It's smoother, it's nicer looking, and all that fun stuff. And in the first couple of batches, they used IPS monitors. I don't know why it's saying missing operating system. That's really annoying. They used IPS panels in the thing. And then they changed it, like almost instantly. Like maybe they ordered 1 batch of IPS panels. Maybe they failed quality control. Maybe they decided to cheap out. I don't know. But there was like 1 production batch of those panels in the 3DS. And it became a mad dash to try and find them in the wild for people. I had held off on buying a 3DS because I knew they were going to do not IPS panels, but the same thing where they would release 4 different models of the same hardware. So I was waiting for what seemed like the final revision of the DS, and this seemed like it. And then I heard about the IPS panels, like, that's it, it's time to jump in. So that was when I bought my first 3DS. So probably drive geometry translation difference between the BIOS and the MCIDE. Ooh, yeah, that's true. Forgot you copied the image. Yeah, there's always been bad with displays until the Switch. DS Lite had good screens. DS Lite did, as did the DSi XL. That one's also incredibly good. There are 3 games that require, that's what I thought, 3. About 20 that can use its enhancements. Okay, but work on the old model. Interesting. I wonder if I have any. I'm gonna guess not. It would have to be like the Mario and Luigi's All-Stars remake, but I can't imagine that that would have actually done it. Because that's, I think, the latest game that I bought. Flare Spire, I looked into doing that, and then once the parts tallied up to $300, I was like, you know what I could do? I could pay myself $300 to not do that. And then I didn't do it. Game Boy microscreen is still the best. That's cheating because it's tiny. The DPI is high because it has to be. I don't know what the deal is here. I kind of love that it flashes yellow when it turns off. All right, you guys want to install MS-DOS on here? Well, Flare Spire, good. I have a 20th anniversary micro that I got in the box, so, you know, I can't... I'm not pointing any fingers here. I agree. It's a very, very good system. It's just frustrating that it has a unique battery that's permanently installed and has a unique charger that is, you know, only usable with it. Anyway, I don't know if we have enough time. Those screens should be longer than 2 inches. Samus Edition Dual 3DS Dual IPS. Nice. 8514 emulation of the 3DS weekend win. You know, if the DOSBox ports put on it, that would work, actually. Let's go look back at the workstation. Ben, are you still here? Doesn't have to be Ben. Ish. Okay. Well. All right, here's the deal. Someone point me to this mythical, non-upgrade version of MS-DOS 622. Because I cannot find it. Upgrade, 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 upgrade. Plus enhance. These are still 3-disc. Supplemental. And then not English. Because you guys are saying use the non-upgrade version so you don't have to have that stupid uninstall floppy. I don't see one. Okay. Oh my gosh, Philip, that would be awesome. Minor update also on AutoCAD. I thought we would get it to show it today. Plus enhance, that's what I want? Okay. And then we just don't make the 3rd disc, is that what it is? I don't remember if I downloaded this or not. I did. Okay, cancel. Not download page, open download folder. Or just, you know what, whatever, fine. 3rd disc is extra tools, you don't have to use it. Okay, well that makes slightly more sense. Alright, MS-DOS 622 upgrade. I assume it's somewhere in here. Plus enhanced tools, okay. Actually, extract. Auto detect subfolder. Okay, plus enhanced tools. Alrighty. So I'm still going to need 3 discs, you're saying? Another beep this time. It's my phone. Severe star warning. Ooh. I would say the squirrels better hold on to the tree tight, but I remember they got evicted by the birds. Okay. I need to find one of my OEM sets and image those, because that should be basically the same thing. How do they not have an OEM set imaged? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. But whatever. All right. Trying to decide if I want to go flash drive. Yeah, we'll just go flash drive with the GoTech. Hopefully the GoTech works. I don't remember. All right, taking bets. Does the GoTech in the test bench still work? Squirrels seem to be making a comeback. I mean, I know who I'm rooting for in that war. All right. They will be the OEM set image. The only difference is you can't get non-upgrade. So you're saying these are the OEM set. All right. There's a thing I didn't get to mention yet. Some minor update on AutoCAD stuff. It looks like we might be able to get auto shade running on my copy of AutoCAD, because there was a version of auto shade 2 found in some weird like Walnut Creek CDI archive kind of thing, and that is the correct version for R11. I don't know if it'll have RenderMan. Interestingly though, turns out that the RenderMan for AutoCAD is literally the Pixar RenderMan. I did not realize that. They are exactly the same. So I kind of really want that. So now I'm trying to find Auto Shade 2, which is not going to be cheap, I suspect. I think that's everything we need here. So let's go back to the workbench. By the way, it doesn't just work over there. So what are we going to do when we get to that month that requires that one finger? I think we know how to solve that now. Okay. Let's see. I think I can do this. And here we go. Go tack a clock. Is it working? It actually is. Holy moly. Sort of. The contrast is totally screwed, but you know, whatever. There we go. Now I can read it. Missing operating system. Yeah, boot drive A. Just hold on. Let me see if I can figure out how to change the boot priority. Muffle the audio too? Well, no, that's what the beep is for. It's Radius 6 DX at that on eBay. No, just have it be slow. Advanced boot order? How do I make it boot the floppy? Boot up sequence. Here we go. AC. Perfect. Okay. Save and exit. Who doesn't want to try and boot the floppy first? Jeez. Yeah, that just see the try to splash screen again, right? I do love the try to splash screen. It's pretty sweet. Starting MS-DOS. Okay, here we go. Good news is I will be able to just copy all the 8514 software over to here, so it won't be a problem. All right, this is just DOS install, so, you know, whatever. Fdisk. Didn't want to accidentally catch a boot sector virus off a disk they forgot was in the drive. If it was already in the drive, then you're screwed anyway. All right, delete, primary, yep. Enter volume label, AS? Volume label does not match? Well, that's your fault. I don't know what your stupid volume label is. What? Look at this nonsense. Delete primary partition. Is that space AS? I think maybe space AS, but I can't, how can I can't, it won't let me type a lowercase character. Go DD the first, like, megabyte of the card to 0. Ow. Oh, I guess I could have just done, no, Fdisk, MBR, whatever, I don't care. I'm just going to DD it. You know, it would help if I plug the USB reader into the computer. Okay, it's the DD input file system. I guess I can show you whatever. Dev 0 block size 8M count equal 1. Just nuke it. Whatever. Preserves a partition table. Okay, stupid computers. All right, here we go. Plug, boot. I kind of love this VLE card, by the way. I don't know if I've mentioned that yet. There we go. Ben, I genuinely don't know if it does. I have... Sure, let's find out. Configure unallocated disk space. I have never done this. Set up will restart your computer. I have never actually done that, ever. Look at that boot screen. That's just the best thing ever. Come on. Apparently AMI just got bought out by Lattice while Phoenix sold their BIOS assets to Lenovo last month. To Lenovo. Ugh. Last of the BIOS manufacturers are gone now. That's sad. That is actually genuinely sad.
Loraccoon says CHEER 100T fun is when you have a 486 with VLB graphics, VLB IO card, and AWE32 and none of the beeping cards reach the end of the case to get to the card supports. End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. I don't know why you would need that. This is fully supported all the way on the motherboard. It could not be more supported. I think it's 248.5. No. 315. Close. 310. Boom. There we go. All right, settings are correct. Did it not? Oh, it did the partition creation before. That was formatting. Okay, that's fine. Who needs video capture when you have point at monitor? Look at it. It's just as good. It's if not better, because now you get reflections too. It's perfect. Oh, and you get that lovely rainbow shimmer that happens because of the Bayer matrix of the camera sensor. Here, let me just slightly out of focus the image to make that go away. There we go. What is that massive slow flicker rolling down? Stop it. Gotta run? All right. Looks like an Aurora migraine. Ugh. Thankfully, I don't get that kind. I just get the kind where I can't do anything because it will make my head explode and I have to just sit and stare at a wall for all day. Well, good news, Mute Solo. This is 70 hertz. Yeah, Ben, yeah. Unfortunately, I get those actually kind of commonly. It's very, very annoying. I think only once ever, if I got one on a day I would normally be streaming, though, and had to call it off because it was so bad. I have had them happen in the background while streaming, not realize it, and then stop streaming, and then sit down and relax and have it just wham. Those are super bad. So my goal here is once this finishes, I'm going to just pop that card out, plug it in, copy files over to it for some of the 8514 applications, and then we'll just see if it works on this card. I bet they do. So I keep Tylenol and ibuprofen everywhere. Yeah. Doesn't always help. Paula, did I say thank you for the Prime sub? I feel like I did not. Thank you for the Prime sub and for 11 months. I appreciate that. I think I missed that while I was doing the beep stuff. Insert setup disk 3. All right, we're on to the third disk. This is the third disk. Just trust me. Just shh. Yeah, Swarm also, I would love an e-ink monitor. Oh my gosh. Again, the reason that I bought the PS2 in the first place was so that I could get the monochrome VGA display, because that's as close as you can get to a like full refresh rate e-ink display. And that was really good, but an actual e-ink monitor would be a lot better. But they need to not be like $1,000. All right, remove all floppy drive disks. That's it. We're good now. It doesn't need to be color. Having a little bit of color would be fine. They're never going to be like high saturation. It's just straight up not how it's going to work. More like $2,000 in proper size. Yeah, I know. I don't think it will. I don't think it'll ever get down to a reasonable price. Look at that awesome splash screen, by the way. All right, there we go. That is a... Wow, that was weird. Oh, it's just super fast. Okay. I thought it was, like, juddery. No, it's just fast. Okay. I'm going to shut it down. Let's copy files over. We got 0 time left, but I got to know if at least one thing will work. So let's find out. I'm just going to copy the HDI load file and Mahjong 8514, and then we'll see what happens. I think I can plug both of these in at once, just direct transfer. So let's find out. Okay, DOS, oh, it's kind of convenient that it names its operating system. Okay, so we copy this, and then I'm gonna copy this, and then we'll see if we can run this with that. That's all we're doing. That's all we got time for. AutoCAD take too long to transfer, so we can't do any of that. We'll explore more tomorrow. So frustrated I didn't have a 386. Kind of loving the wonky VLB machine. Wait, we don't want the compact flash. We want the SD card. Okay. Oh, I didn't show you. Hold on. Yeah, you know what? Just don't worry about it. There's new files on here. Okay. CD, HDI, PC, DOS. Okay. Why? Oh, CD, HDI, PC, DOS. I'm really curious what this is going to do. HDI load. Okay. So it didn't explode. CD, MJ8514. MJ8514. All right, moment of truth. Does it emulate an 8514? You know, I don't know how to read into that. I could, Ben, or I could split up the two things that I'm most likely to mistake so that I won't have it work. Too fast CPU, All right, I'll give it one more shot. What were the 8514 applications that use the thing? We're not putting AutoCAD on there. That's too much. It will actually take too long to transfer. Okay, let's look one more time. So we got it's just Word. I bet Word doesn't run. I bet it's going to complain something stupid. Oh, wait, Paintbrush. Yeah, we'll copy that over. Paintbrush will probably work. Moraf's World does not support it. I don't know where you got that. I tried looking it up. I couldn't, yeah. Yeah, Fractant cheats, though. I'm not interested in cheater version right now. One or more files are open. I don't think they are. There we go. Okay, one moment. All right, dude, having 10 seconds to go blow my nose is the best thing of all time. I should have done that years ago. All right, here we go. Started the game in an emulator. Was that on archive.org? Man, I'll look again. CD, HDI, PC, DOS. HDI load. CD, P brush, paint. No mouse installed. Do I want to continue? Yes. All right. Could not init video hardware. All right. Well, I think that answers it. We'll try Word, but I suspect we're going to get the same result. CD, Word. Actually, Word will just work because it will fail, yeah, and then it will fix itself. So view, preferences, display mode, graphics. Word cannot switch between display modes, so it does not work. We cannot do 8514 mode. Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, we'll continue this tomorrow. And we'll pop the Diamond Stealth 24 in. This has a chip that is much more likely to pass as an 8514. This probably does, actually, I think TVGA does not have a lineage that traces back to the 8514, now that I think about it. The S3 does, so that might actually work. But that's going to be it for now. So, the ATI will be interesting. Yeah, when it actually gets here, which won't be until after this weekend. Yay! All right. Well, that's got to be it for now. Time to get a Mach 32. Nah, I'm good. I got better than that coming. Well, worse than that, but more interesting. Anyway, that'll be it for now. We'll play around with this some more tomorrow. I want to get the Diamond Steel 24 up and running, and then we'll see what we can do with that. I do want to get AutoCAD running on here, but I kind of am only interested in it if it works in the 8514 mode, which will definitely work with the ATI Graphics Ultra. So worst case, we're just getting the 8514 software set up on here so that when the Graphics Ultra gets here, I can pop it in and then that works with it. So eventually this machine will be able to run 8514 software, but for now, I may not have a GPU that does. We'll find out tomorrow with the Diamond Steel 24, but that'll be it for now. If you enjoyed this stream, you may want to follow to be notified when I go live again next. If you want to help support the channel, you can find me on Patreon or get a shirt like this one, but that's it for now. And one final thing, I think I found out why YouTube chats weren't coming through a little while ago. Turned out the way that I was trying to make my life easier was starting up the stream software, left the API stuff running in the background, and it just, my entire API quota for YouTube. So I tried to fix that. Hopefully it did. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll see you all next time.